Have you ever wondered why pitchers are so far ahead of hitters at the beginning of every single baseball season? Well, my name is Ashton King, and I'm here to answer that question for you. Whether it be in preparation for high school baseball, you're just starting your high school season, you're starting your middle school season, travel season, or you just want to face live pitching better, this is a video for you to tell you 5 tips on how you can be better prepared to face live pitching. Most of you watching this video are probably not big leaguers. However, there's something that we can learn from how big leaguers prepare for their actual regular season. They spend 1 to 2 months in Florida or Arizona getting 50 to 100 at-bats off of high-level pitching, getting prepared for the season. Not only are they getting high-level at-bats off of live arms, they're also getting machine work, and they're hitting almost every single day. Wouldn't that be nice to spend 1 to 2 months playing baseball in Florida or Arizona at the beginning of every single baseball season? Dream come true, right? However, in high school, we have to deal with 1 to 2 scrimmages, maybe 3, maybe some machine work, hitting a couple days per week. With that being said, you can take these principles applied in this video and you can help prepare yourself and take ownership of your own baseball career and get better prepared to face live pitching. The first thing that you can do to get better prepared to face live pitching is face live pitching. I know that sounds obvious, but there's a reason that big leaguers go to spring training and get 50 to 100 at-bats. There's absolutely no substitute to facing live pitching. That's why with me at my in-person facility, we schedule a live at-bat league for high schoolers every single year to get them 30 to 50 at-bats, depending on how many arms we have throwing, to prepare them for their upcoming high school season. Most high school seasons are only 30 to 50 at-bats. So if you're having to use those 30 to 50 at-bats to get prepared for the season, by the time the season's over, you're now just getting ready to fire on all cylinders, right? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's why I want to get my guys as many at-bats as possible before the season so they're ready to go. The next best option, if you don't have a live pitcher throwing to you, is get machine. I know everybody hates the machine, right? But realistically, good hitters love the machine. Bad hitters hate the machine. Are you a good or a bad hitter? The reason that bad hitters hate the machine is because hitting off the machine takes timing. It's challenging. You can replicate different pitches. You can replicate higher velocities. Good hitters love this because it challenges them and it makes them better. If you don't have a machine, what you can do is you can replicate this with high velocity, high intensity BP. Ask the guy who's throwing you batting practice, slide up a little bit, throw a little bit firmer. Let's not just lob them down the middle, facing 45-mile-an-hour batting practice. Let's get after a little bit and simulate a game environment. Right? So the first tip that I have to being prepared to face live pitching is face live pitching. If you can't face live pitching, face a machine. If you can't face a machine, face high intensity batting practice with a guy who's throwing to you, trying to get you out. The next thing that you can do to be prepared to face live pitching is evaluate your statistics from the previous season. You need to look at what you were good at and what you were bad at. Then you can work to build a training program based off of that. A training program to maximize your strengths and minimize your weaknesses. That is a great way to make sure that you're progressing season in, season out. For example, if you had a high chase rate in the previous year, you probably need to work on swing decisions. But if you hit bombs, you probably don't need to work on horsepower. By evaluating your strengths and weaknesses, you're able to better prepare for the upcoming season and thus facing live pitching. The third thing you can do to prepare to face live pitching is have a good approach. All of my hitters, we teach a base hitting approach. What is base hitting? Base hitting is an acronym. It stands for B, baseline, A, adjust, S, set, E, execute. Base hitting. In our baseline approach, we have home run center field, we have home run pull side, we have ball in play. Those are our 3 approaches. It's that simple. Then we can make adjustments based off of pitcher velocity, whether we're hitting it too high or too low in BP, or what the pitcher is coming at us with. Then we set our approach, and then we go and execute that approach. That is our base hitting approach. And our hitters, every single time they step in the box, they know exactly what they're doing based off of where the runners are, what the count is, and how many outs there are. There's no better feeling than stepping into the box, knowing exactly what you're trying to do and how to execute that. The fourth thing that you can do to be prepared to face live pitching is reflect on and evaluate the pitchers that you saw last year. Because in high school baseball, you most often see the pitchers that you saw the previous year the following year. This is also the case with travel baseball. You see the same guys week in, week out. With that being said, what you can do is you can think back. How hard did they throw? What type of stuff did they have? What sequences did they have? Better yet, from the previous year, maybe you kept notes. How did they attack you? How did they get you out? What were they good at? What were they bad at? Then you can go back and look at these, and then when you see that Timmy from whatever high school is going to pitch against you, you can look at how you did against that athlete in the previous year, and you can better be prepared to face Timmy from whatever high school so that you can dominate him this season. Even though that he got the best of you last year, he's not going to get the best of you this year. The fifth and final thing that you need to do to be prepared to face live pitching is don't stress. Take a deep breath. It's all going to be okay. We've all seen the guy that goes 0 for 2 with 2 Ks in his first scrimmage and goes and hits 1,000,000 buckets of balls the next day. The best way to get prepared to face live pitching is start early and don't stress out about it. Start in November to take swings and then do high quality work, not quantity work, so that you don't fall into bad habits. Then if you do have a bad game, take a deep breath, know that the plan that you have in place is going to work, and continue to execute the plan day in, day out. No matter whether you went 4 for 4 with 4 home runs or 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, the next day you have to do the work assigned. Nothing is going to change. You don't need to hit more, you don't need to hit less, assuming that you have a good plan in place. All you have to do is go in, execute the plan. That is your focus every single day. Execute the plan. Take a deep breath. Don't stress out if you're struggling at the beginning of your season. All right, guys, let's review. Tip number 1, face live pitching. If you can't face live pitching, face a machine. If you can't face a machine, face high-intensity batting practice. Tip number 2, review your statistics from last year, your strengths and your weaknesses. Tip number 3, dial in your approach. With us, we teach a base hitting approach. Baseline, adjust, set, execute. Number 4, reflect on the pitchers that you faced last year so that you can be better prepared to face them this year. Think about their velocity, their stuff, how they got you out, how they attacked you. Tip number 5, don't stress out. Take a deep breath. Focus on executing the plan day in, day out. If you found these 5 tips helpful, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button, scroll down to the footer, check out our website, and follow us on Instagram. Guys, we'll see you next time. I hope these 5 tips help get you prepared to dominate live pitching this year.